Oh, it's not what I was looking at the calendar, and what's nice about the year Final Fantasy Hangover is that will go up on January 1st.
Oh, cool.
A Monday. So just perfect symmetry all around.
When do you get back from Idaho?
Oh, the 26th.
Cool.
That evening. I hop on a bus that morning. Hopefully it won't get stuck in the snow or anything.
Sorry, everybody, we're camping out here in the bus.
I said, we're gonna draw lots to see who gets eaten first. Sir, I've got plenty of snacks. I don't think I'm gonna need to eat anybody. We all draw lots. It's the law out here.
It would just suck being stuck on the bus with some of those people that go to and from Spokane.
Oh, yeah. It would be... You know, I'm trying to get a read on what the worst time to take the bus is. I mean time of day. Because I've taken the midnight bus, and that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I've taken the midday bus, and I think that's generally better. I think the midnight bus is usually cheaper by a little bit.
That's what I'm trying to
it's like
figure out. Like, the worst bus is probably some combination of the cheapest one and also the one which requires the least amount of effort to get to on time.
Uh-huh.
Somewhere in the middle of
Yeah,
that.
because if you can just plan to be downtown at all during the day, you can make the midnight bus.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I'm catching the 10 o'clock one out, and so it's like, okay, with that, I want to be there by at least 9:15 just to make sure everything's taken care of. So I want to get on the bus by at least 8:15, maybe 8 o'clock, because that is well, that's going to be actually like people going into town, so maybe I should leave it like 7, just get there extra early. I don't know. Midnight bus, pretty bad. Anytime bus, pretty bad, but midnight, pretty bad.
I haven't been to many places in the country, but I'd have to wager that the people usually going to and from Spokane are right up there as some of the worst.
Yeah.
Just, I can't imagine other places attracting that sort of crowd.
This is a good fantasy location. Yeah, look at this. Infinite amounts of water.
Where the fuck's it coming from?
But magic.
Magic water?
Yeah.
How do you get to this place? Holy shit.
Yeah. You have to take an airship here.
Imagine taking like a canoe and you kind of miss the dock and you're like, oh shit.
Oh no, God, oh fuck.
Why'd I wait so long?
Yeah. I love I think my favorite fantasy structures are the ones that you look at and it's like you can't imagine how anybody could have built it.
Yeah.
There's a moment in the Lord of the Rings where they're going through a river and there are these two. They pass through a canyon, and on either side of the canyon there are these like 300-foot tall statues carved into the mountain. And it's the sort of thing where you get the impression, especially when they're kind of dilapidated, you get the impression of this great lost age.
Yeah.
This age of antiquity, or it's like things were incredible, we can't even imagine. It's fucking magic to us.
Yeah.
Whereas to them, it was just engineering and architecture.
Your woe shall be your own.
It's like you have to take an airship to get here, and then this whole mass is on this little precipice at the edge of this thing. So it's like, how did anyone build this? Well, they were just super badasses in the past.
Wasn't there an era of design where it was like they basically were like, it must have been made by Cyclops because they're the only things big enough to fucking make this shit?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Like everything's just really big in stone, so like
Yeah.
Cyclops.
It's where we get the term Cyclopean. It's just super big.
Because it wasn't just engineering or big strong people. It was just, it must have been that fucking Cyclops.
Well, even today you have people who they can't imagine how ancient peoples could have built the pyramids. They were and I love those arguments that like aliens built the pyramids or built any kind of complex bit of architecture from the recent past, because it's always just like subtly racist. It's like these brown people were too primitive to have been able to build something like this, but then the people who are of that ethnicity are like, motherfucker.
Yeah, like just take it all away, huh?
Take it all away. It had to have been aliens, huh?
Hey, we even came up with burritos for you. You're welcome. You just make them for us. I know how delicious they are and how much everyone loves them.
By the way, it's pronounced Knockos.
Oh, ooh.
It's the whitest white person thing to say. It's pronounced Knockos.
Can I get some pico de gallo all up on my Knockos, please?
Fine. There's a zombie dragon here, and I don't know why. Also, it's called Hydro, and I don't know why. It's just a weird boss to have right now. And I think Fran just hit for 26,000. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
So
Whoa.
Not only is she Berserk, but she's wielding Excalibur, which is a holy elemental, and this thing's a zombie.
It didn't last.
She cut it in half.
She was so pissed from Gilgamesh's red ass.
Yeah.
She's just like, fuck this thing. Jeez, Fran.
I think my party has Excalibur, Save the Queen, and the Mazamune right there.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just all on the badass ladies.
It's like, geez, Fran, maybe have a Snickers. You get a little crazy when you get hungry.
It just stares Redis in the eye, and you hear that kind of apocalyptic music they always play. Originally, this game had a damage cap of 9,999, but they removed that for this one. So suddenly certain strategies became much more viable. Like, hey, just put Berserk on people. Put Berserk on whoever's wielding that big holy sword against that zombie.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, they just cut him in half? Okay. That's fun.
Hey, Fran.
Vaughn just
Something's
pulls
written on
down
the
his
wall.
pants and starts rubbing his butt cheeks on stuff.
By someone, it seems.
Just completely unprompted.
Isn't that what we came here for, guys?
What? What?
We were like trying to show
No,
him.
you. This tower
Never
challenges
mind.
the sky.
How old are you again, Fran?
Watcher, the ward of the three weights.
Just trying
So
to
long
understand if it's
unsated.
weird or not to, imagine you and
He
I.
without
If you're
power
too old.
Want it not. He
And
with
they're all just
power
staring at Van
Trust
with
it
his,
not.
just like, you fucking, what?
He with sight, heed it not. Rend illusion, cut the true path. In blood, Wraithwall.
The Dynast King?
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Does it startle you?
Dynast King? How could one who could build
Dynast
such a
King took his
magnificent
sword
edifice
from
be
the
so bad at
Oculia.
poetry?
It was here he claimed
I don't
the
know.
Nephesite.
I suppose one can only have so many skills in life. War,
War,
architecture, but not poetry.
For you.
Some people have no skills at all, then it cuts over to Vaughn and he's like gnawing on the plaque.
True path. Words
His
of
teeth are
much
shattered.
mystery,
He's like,
yet his
I trust
blood
every
runs in
chocolate.
your veins.
Could someone cast cure on me?
Okay, why did we come here? I forgot.
There's an episode of Drawn Together where, what the fuck was it? For some reason, the superhero character starts like lifting weights. I think it's to help. Yeah, that's right. He wants to lift weights and get stronger, even though he's already Superman, to help one of the other members of the household at like a marathon or something. But then he starts lifting weights with a Popeye caricature who's clearly doing just steroids instead of spinach. And then later on, the Popeye character dies of AIDS that he contracted from using needles for all the steroids. And they do the thing in Drawn Together where it's like the interview with the person in the house that you always have.
Yeah.
And he's doing that, and he's like, I went on this. It's like, unless I completely forgot why I went on this journey to begin with, it was to help Popeye win that tournament. Like, he just completely forgot why he went on this journey to begin with. Vaughn just has no idea why he's here.
Fuck, I haven't seen that show.
That show, when it's good, but when it's bad,
It's pretty bad.
It's like those later episodes of Ren and Stimpy
Yeah.
on FX or wherever.
They're like, okay, we don't know how to write anymore, so what if we just put a lot of boners?
I think what happened is there was no one saying no to Uncle John. I think he always had somebody to rein him in and like find the really good bit of his fucking crazy ideas. But then when he went to that network and was like, I want to make Ren and Stimpy again. Of course they said yes.
Do it. Don't stop.
And of course when he said, I want to have complete creative control, of course they said yes. And so when he said, let's do Shampoo Master, he'll be coming shampoo on these hot tits. Everyone went, oh, fuck!
What did we agree to?
Granted, I love the Shampoo Master bit. But then Stimpy gives birth to shit.
Yeah.
And they mold it into a baby. And they're like, here you go, man. And that's the end of the episode. That's it.
Where's fucking cans without labels?
I don't know. He's done.
Hey, it's done, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Where'd you go, John?
I have a hell of a time with this boss because it happens to be immune to holy, and so Fran tries to hit it and it's like immune. Also, I have Excalibur, which does 1 damage. It's immune to holy, and so I'm like, oh, I gotta give her something else then. She'll still hit pretty hard. And then, in a moment, I'm going to summon one of the late game optional espers.
Yeah.
Specifically Ultima, who I think was the final boss of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and the reason I never beat that game. And I completely forgot that Ultima is completely holy elemental.
Oh.
So this boss, I just kept going, God damn it.
It's like,
God
thanks,
damn
buddy.
it. Yeah. I tickled a little bit. That felt good.
Or you're just torturing it, like, let me die. Why did you do this?
I know I didn't take damage, but it so hurts, you know? Like when you stub your toe? It hurt. It didn't kill you, but it hurts.
It really hurts.
Fuck. So when I taught her Ultima, it gave her access to these 2 squares over here. Any ability you learn on one board transfers over to the other board if it's present there. So learning Ultima here, she learned it for whatever her other ability was. I think she's a knight and an archer, Fran is. So she has a lot of strength and can just hit really hard.
It just bounces
Yeah.
off. Bop. Ah.
I think right now it's immune to all damage. Like I said, a lot of bosses do that thing where for a certain amount of time they're just completely immune. Yeah. What's nice about this one is that since they give you control over the espers, I think I went into this before, you have the ability to just give them the command to use their ultimate ability whenever you want. Ultima was one that apparently a lot of players never saw because in order to use it originally, the camera lost its mind for a second there. In order to use it originally, you had to meet a number of requirements when Ultima's timer ran out, including Ultima and the player that summoned her need to be at critical health levels, which is unlikely because all Ultima does is cast like Holy and Renew refills your health completely.
It seems...
So you,
yeah,
so you had to
a little
specifically engineer the situation to get her to do this. Whereas now you can just give her this command.
hard. Just giant space cannon.
Yeah. Which this thing is immune to, because it's a holy element. Zero. That's the part where I was like, I'm just gonna hit it. Someone's hitting it super hard from time to time, so it'll be dead soon. I think it's Redis. Here we go.
At least you really scared that thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Pinello is a samurai slash... No, she's a bushi, I think, slash black mage. So she has access to katanas, which tend to have magic power on them for some reason, as well as black magic. And so she has... What is it? It's not Ultima in this one, because Ultima is a summon. There's Shock, which is a single target. It is like the second strongest spell, and then... Scathe is the multi-target spell that you get.
That's
so
a
she
cool
just,
name.
Yeah, so she just casts Shock if there's one target, or Scathe if there's more than one, all day. That's all she does. So running up this tower, there are a number of puzzles you need to solve. On the first floor, you have to catch like fireflies and then put them in the lanterns, and that lets you continue along. It's kind of dumb. And then every time you complete a floor, you get transferred to some sort of nether realm where you have to fight a boss like that. I cut out most of it because it's not interesting. It's just not interesting. And all they're doing is like taunting you and being like, "Hey, you sure you want that power up at the top? You think you're bad enough for that power up at the top? Maybe you don't want it. You ever think about that, huh? Did you?"
Yeah, these pillars have got some shit to say.
Yeah, they're pretty wordy.
Wise ass pillars.
Someone ought to put them in their place.
Someone ought to just like start chipping away at them with their disgusting teeth.
Yeah, and then like,
Fran, get on it.
oh, darn, where? Oh, you weren't supposed to do it, Vaughn. Oh, I don't, guys. Can you cast cure on me?
I'm afraid that dental and health is completely separate, Vaughn, so cure won't fix those teeth. You need a whole different policy.
You need to go. You need a different policy that'll cure dentata magic. Oh, damn it. Oh.
I was checking out like healthcare marketplace stuff today, and I got to the point where it's like, here's what you're eligible for, like how much shit will cost, and I'm just like, yeah, I still am not gonna pay for that.
Yeah.
It's still.
I'll take the fine, except
Yeah.
they've removed with that new tax bill, they removed the fine. So, yeah, I just want to take that.
Just like, wow, this stuff still isn't that affordable.
At all. At all. It's to the point where it's like, if like it would make more sense to just save up money to use in the event of a medical emergency.
Yeah.
It's like you're putting away however much every month for the medical, and then when the thing happens, you're still gonna have to pay a hefty copay and deductible, whatever. I don't even fucking understand it.
Because the whole thing is don't get hurt.
Yeah, don't get hurt, and hopefully don't have a genetic defect.
Yeah, because even though it is good to be prepared, I'm forking out like $170 or $270 a month just on the off chance that I need to use it is still a lot of money to pay every month when you're living in Seattle.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
like-
huge. That's huge. Like I was able to put away $175 a month while I was living downtown, and that was just barely that I was able to put away that $175. If anything happened, you'd be like, well, there goes all of that and then some. So this boss is immune to the other Esper that Fran has.
He's got cool colored swords.
Yeah, he does. I bet you can buy those in Anime World. Just go up and be like, do you have the cool swords from Final Fantasy 12? And they're like, I got a bunch of Final Fantasy shit behind this desk. Just point at something and I'll sell it to you.
It's just a plastic, like, almost laundry basket full of just random little toys.
You look at it, and yeah, again, 0 damage. Yeah, you look into it, and it's like, oh, there's a Buster Sword, there's a Sephiroth Mazamune, maybe it's the Mirasame, I can't remember. There's a Gunblade in there, there's a Brotherhood, because 10's hot again for some reason.
And then Gilgamesh is in a trench coat next to you shopping for these two.
But it's obviously Gilgamesh, because he's 10 feet tall and 800 pounds, and very, very loud, and he has a demon dog with him.
How much for this one? It's like the Bustard sword.
Yeah. And the Gunner Blade.
Congratulations, team. You did it.
Alright, team, pose. Pinello, well, fine.
That'll do.
I mean, yeah, you were doing good at first. I feel like you don't pull through on the execution.
She's got some more years to catch up and
Yeah,
figure
yeah.
out her posing.
Yeah, Fran's got it down. She can just stand there and you're like, yeah, you know what you're doing.
We're born posing.
Yeah. They come out the womb just in the pose, and that's how they get their name. This part's a little interesting. There are four altars of there's like magic, fortune, strength, and skill, I think. And you have to click on one and then proceed through an area, and as you proceed through that area, you won't have access to whatever you gave up. So if you give up magic, you don't have access to magic. Or you don't have access to attacks, or items, or skills, or you can't receive experience and money, I think, if you give up fortune.
I feel like that's a thing that a couple Final Fantasies have done in some way.
Oh yeah, 5 did it with the two towers, where I was like, are they the twin towers or the 2 towers? And I'm like, either way, I'm kind of fucked. With the 2 towers, where there's the one that you can only use physical attacks, and then the one where you can only use magic. Yeah. There was another one. I know there was another one, I just can't remember. Oh yeah, 9. When you get captured by Kuja, and he's like, Go to the
Oh,
place where
yeah.
you can't use magic.
Kuja, that wannabe bad guy.
That wannabe Kefka.
Yeah.
He's like lifting weights in his... He's lifting weights in his opulent palace while looking at posters of Kefka as that sex angel you find at the very end of 6. He's like, one day, Kefka.
Is it 64 degrees Fahrenheit? Is that what it's telling you? Or 64th floor? What is that?
Where? Oh, 64th floor.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, what?
And then that icon next to it means I can't use magic.
Just, by the way, it's a 64 tonight, partly cloudy. Oh, you can't use magic.
Yeah. 64 tonight, partly cloudy. Won't be able to use magic. There's an ether dampening field passing over the Pacific Northwest. If you need any casting done, better do it early.
Welcome to Spokane, Washington. The time is 3 in the morning, so all of you unsavory types, feel free to let your drugs and needles just spill out of your pocket because no one will see it. The rest of you might want to hurry to your loved ones in the car in the parking lot that are hopefully waiting for you.
Because the security guards aren't on duty this time of night. Or is it morning? At this point, who cares? Get to safety, everyone, and be quick about it. I'm scary. Right? I'm scary.
I hope this is working, because
I spent a long time on it.
I don't know how else to be scary. Someone just told me to stand in here and be scary and wait.
That's okay. I'll be honest, I lied on my resume.
This boss showed up thinking that he was gonna audition for cats.
And then as he's getting ready to go in and talk to them, he remembered that they canceled Cats like 15 years ago. It's like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Damn it.
What? No, what was I thinking? They canceled Cats.
Fix your hair, pop your hip.
Mm-hmm. See, she can do it. Just like, yep, there we go.
Pinnell's like this? No, that's not really a hip hop. You're just sort of.
That's just kind of I mean, that's general contrapposto. Like you've got the idea, you're just not. You know what? You're not going far enough. You feel like you're going far enough because you can't see yourself, but trust me, you need to go further than you think you need. And it's like when I took my acting class in college because I was an idiot and went to film school, and they're telling me like you got to smile, and I'm like, I thought I was smiling. It's just I smile so seldom that when I do smile, it feels like this huge flexion of my muscle, but to anyone else, it's the barest little creep.
How many more floors?
I think we're almost there, thanks to editing. Without the editing, this game really would have been 1 billion parts long.
Yeah, are you really going up every floor too, like floor by floor, or are you skipping huge chunks with elevators, or what? Like, is it?
I think you do go up every. Some floors are briefer than others. They're not all this huge gauntlet. You will go up several floors at a time, but I think you do go up every floor. This is a long dungeon. I mean, I think this is the penultimate dungeon. Well, it must be the penultimate dungeon of the game. There's just not enough time for another one. So it makes sense that it would be as long as it is, but it is kind of tedious just from the way it's structured and the way they're throwing these obtuse puzzles at you. Oh. Oh.
Whoa.
Now we gotta fight Hammer Hands O'Malley.
I feel like they were just really throwing out the cool designs that didn't fit anywhere else in the game.
Yeah.
That's people were just sketching or like this maybe, and they're like, no, it doesn't really fit. And then they got to this tower, and they're like, yeah, throw them all there.
So once again, they've introduced disease as a status ailment. I think it was in 9 as virus. And once again, I don't think at this point they sell you the serum that you need. So it's a very frustrating thing to contract, because that means that in order to cure it, you have to go find a save crystal.
This Hammerhand's hands look like metal shrimps or something.
Yeah, they do.
This character's kind of like a lion, but he's got like these metal shrimp hands.
And he's like an earth elemental, and he's real cool, and he rides a motorcycle, and he's got a leather jacket. His name is Hammerhands O'Malley, the fighting Irish tiger.
He's Sephiroth's best friend.
The best friend. Well, Sephiroth thinks he's his best friend.
Yeah.
He has like 2 best friends. His other best friend is Cloud. Don't tell Sephiroth. Also, don't tell Cloud.
Because if they found out...
Ooh, there'd be sparks. Oh, one night they both went to the same Chili's. Hammerhands O'Malley didn't realize it. It was like different strokes. You know what? Not different strokes. I was thinking of Three's Company.